too messed up with that. Let's do this. If I go to reads, the next thing that people really wanted to hear about was kind of play calling, play strategizing. My thought, and in our league, we tend to see a lot of 8-man boxes. If you are, in general, I think we talked before about if-then play calling, which we can talk a little bit more about if you want. I think this is a slide I actually used before. And I'm trying to think here. Yeah, versus any 8-man front, my thought is I like to run over. Over being putting both X's, both wide receivers on the same side of the ball, both on the line, so this guy becomes ineligible. Which is okay, because most of the time we want to run the ball, and what that does is it puts the defense in kind of a bind. So what you want to do, I would come out in over, and I'd run over to the field. So if we're in over, theoretically a balanced formation as far as the defensive front goes, I would expect most teams are going to call their strength to the field. And so what that's going to do is that's going to align these D tackles in a way where the 3 is to the field. 3 technique being this guy. If you need the refresher, 2 would be head up on the guard. 3 would be off balance. Oh, I'm seeing 2 of these. I like it. Oh, that's actually coming through on the other chat. Oh, I don't even have to have both of them there, but we'll do it for now because I don't want to fix it on the fly, so I'll probably break it. Can I show this if then? Yes. I think I also have one I made up as well. Let me think of the best way to do that, and I can make that happen. Sorry, out of my flow. So really as a play caller, I'm going to want to try to influence these 2 D tackles, and I'm going to want to call things based on this. So I might open up with this look. I might just run zone dive to the field. I might run rocket toss to the field just to see how they're going to react. And what I forgot is pre-snap, teams will do different things with this corner. So if they come and match the corner with the ineligible receiver, great. We're still good numbers-wise. We can run this way. We've got everyone blocked. We're happy with that. To start off, if he stays here backside, we now have the advantage to the field, which is what we want. So that's why I like to do this to the field first. And ideally, if you pound them 1 or 2 plays, if they're going to align him away, is eventually they're going to sneak this guy over to try to balance up. This is good. Because then you can still run, and let me get my drawing here going. Let's try this. You can still run triple away or triple to the boundary with those 2 guys. And look at this. We've got great blocks here for our triple, and the only guy left to make this play is the free safety. So, right, run him there, right, he's going, that's actually not what I wanted. Sorry, I got yelled at for not being as accurate as I should be. We've got that path, and we can go that way. Right, really easy reads, and if it's quick and it's easy, there's a lot of yards there. And actually, as I watched Navy this year, I think Navy did a lot of this, or at least more than the Georgia Tech film that I was used to watching. Once you get them and you realize how they're calling their D tackles, if they're calling them to the field, great. Because then the next step in that if-then, it's a big game of cat and mouse. As soon as I get them comfortable in that, I'm going to come back and run my over into the boundary. So now we have the exact same conundrum that we had before. If they're going to run this cornerback into the boundary, we've got a lot of space out here where we can run triple, we can run rocket, we can run just about anything we want away from this. It's also a great time to run midline to the 3 is really easy. What am I forgetting? I love mid triple out of this look too. So if we actually bring this here, let's see, can I go? I can delete these quick. So let's say that this corner is gonna stay back over here. We can run a real nice mid triple. We actually con motion this, right? So let's bring him out here, corner over. They might like split the difference here. And actually here, I'll even cheat. I'm gonna bring this guy down. So if we're running mid triple, we get a block here. Let's see, we get a block. I'm gonna mess up my rules, I'm sure, because I haven't coached O-line in a while. But let's go ahead and just call this, right? Down, down. And we've got our mid triple here. Because if we can get these 2 guys blocked, right, out on the perimeter, he's gone. There's no one to catch him. So playing cat and mouse with those 2 wide receivers against an 8-man front is probably what I am most excited about, or what I like, if I were calling, hint, hint, Matt Miller, if we get a JV season at all, and someone's calling plays for them, this is what I would do, especially a varsity team is going to be ready for this. A JV and a freshman team might not. So if nothing else, if you come out with over and start gashing them, you're at least going to burn a timeout for them to like reconfigure and figure out what they need to do. Beyond this, what point was I going to make? Once we have over, if you start playing with green and brown and flipping between the A-back and the slot receiver who's on the line and who's off the line to try to catch them where they think the over receiver is ineligible when he actually is. You can mess with trips to see how they're going to align to it. And the more that you can get those defenses kind of guessing, the better. And I would almost do it, we like to call this like a series offense, right? So I might run all over the first series, and then I might run all trips the next series. And then maybe I go heavy the third series, right? And really just trying to keep them off guard and not showing them the same thing. So while we're in the booth or we're taking notes to know, hey, like this look is open, this look is open. Speaking of which, the other probably second play calling style, maybe you want to call it that, is to script out those looks, right? Run your formations, run your base plays. Don't do anything crazy, just so you can get that on film of how are they reacting to motion? How are they calling strength? How are they reading, are they reading guards? Are they reading wings? Are they reading the mesh? And then being able to take a look at those and then calling your plays based on those. And you should have some if-thens on, hey, we know if they're doing this, this look is good. And then beyond that, let's see, like that's assuming, right, we're just playing with letters and circles on the board. None of this is taking into account like who your best athletes are. Is your line good? Is your line not good? Generally, you want to try to get the ball into the hands of your best player. If I haven't said this recently, your best player should probably be your B-back and or quarterback. Once you get them in a good rhythm, right, if you lull the defense to sleep, we don't do this as much as we should. Calling things on 2 against the option, they're going to be like very much looking, they're going to be reading their keys. If they're firing backers based on like which A-back is in motion, knowing that like, okay, if they stop it with that guy and the backside guy is scraping over, we're going to run a counter play. We're going to run counter option. We're going to run counter ISO. We're going to run, for us, AISO. Whatever that is, right, take advantage of that flow. So you either want to be on the offense and you as the offense dictating to the defense, or take what the defense gives you, lull them to sleep, and then hit them for big yardage. Both of those I think are viable. I don't think you have to pick one. Let's see. While I'm ranting here, decided to flip the line in the fall. Biggest thing about flipping the line, what is this wing tee? They call it strong and quick or something of that nature. The biggest difference is your backside guys still have to block, and it does kind of give away. If you're going to flip them, right, like if every time you're running the ball to the right, your strong side of the line is on the right, that's a tip off that a coach watching film is going to see. Other than that, I don't know how much you're pulling at all, but if that impacts who's pulling or how they're, blocking screens or other counter type plays or traps, that could be something. That's actually a good thing if you have like one guard who's always going to pull, because that's how you're going to align. That could be a benefit if he's good at pulling, or a detriment if he's not good at pulling. Other than that, I don't know, just go to your skill set, right? Like if they can do it, great. I can't say I've done it in this offense recently. I just know it from like studying some wing tee stuff. Otherwise, there's a question about cadence. Cadence is really fun, sort of. We go down. Quarterback will say down as he's walking up to the center. That's just to get everyone to know to be set. And then it's set, ready, go. And we kind of have them hang out that ready, and based on the play and the speed of the A-back, depending on whether it's, we'll write it out with like ready with like 3 Ys and be like, whether it's the first Y, the last Y, the R in ready, making sure that they can get that first step in the ground so that on, rocket, you're getting the ball, right,